So, very good morning and welcome you to this course on operations management. And today we are going to see the unit one, and this is going to be introduction to operations management. So, let us get into this and understand it better. Right. Now, first we have to know what do you mean by operation strategy. Now, operation strategy is nothing but it's a plan. First of all, it's a plan, and the plan has been developed by the top management. Okay, and the main purpose of this plan is to organize the is to allocate to funding to the business. So every business has needs working capital, needs funding to run the day-to-day operations as well as for terms of a lot of other activities. So this plan contains funding to the business, and this plan is carefully constructed after the overall strategy of the business has been created. See, once the overall strategy of the business has been done, then this part of operation strategy where allocating funds come into play. So naturally, the operation strategy supports the strategic direction of the firm. So this is the operation strategy. So if you look at it in a very nutshell, if you want to talk about it, it's a framework to improve the products, the services, and operations and processes. So this is actually the operation strategy. So conceptually, and operation strategy consists of these two parts. You can see a visual diagram here. So on the left hand side of the operation strategy, we have this capacity. These are the resources, the supply chain, where you have the suppliers, vendors, and third-party distributors, and all this stuff, and even customers are part of it. And the process technology, what is the technology you want to use for it, for the manufacturing or service, and development and organization. On the other side, we have this quality, speed, dependability, flexibility, cost, which is actually the market requirements. So operation strategies actually ensures that whatever the market requirements are actually met by the organization in terms of these above. Now, operation strategy elements are now these are the various key strategy elements of an operations. One is first is actually the product. First is the location. Then we come to the layout. So we all will see later what does mean by a layout, location layout, process design, and human resources and job design, inventory. Inventory is nothing but it is actually there are three types of inventory: complete finished inventory, work in process inventory, and raw material inventory. And reliability and maintenance and scheduling, quality management and procurement, and then product design. So operation strategy encompasses all these elements. So product design is a very important part of operation strategy. Everything and with respect to manufacturing starts first with the design. So product design is a very key component part. And see, for example, if you talk about an example, we have a office seating chair, and this ergonomics is a concept is very important. For example, if you talk about if you look at the visuals, now if you see there are two ones. One is the wrong one, and the other is the right one. So if you talk about these sort of ergonomics, actually is a science of which balances the human comfort as well as the needs of any particular area. So if you talk about these examples, it talks about the right sitting posture for a particular employee in office probably, and these are being elaborated in the visual diagram. And the plant location is also very important. See, the location of the plant is very important, especially this power intensive industries and energy based industries, for example, steel industry, cement industry. The location of the plant is very critical because we need to be as close to the raw materials as possible, because then the logistics comes into play, and the logistics cost is also going to come into play. So plant location is very vital, and plant location there are a lot of factors like the prone to earthquakes, the future expansion, the cost, the connect with the in terms with the nearest cities, okay, availability of labor, all this stuff will come into the plant location factor. And a plant layout is nothing but actually it's actually how you structure your manufacturing particular area. So, for example, if you talk about automobile sector, the plant layout will be different. If you talk about food beverages sector, the plant layout is different. So, right from the raw materials coming inside to the finish going outside, the various process involved. So, completely arranging them in a particular manner, it's actually called layout. So, here we got an example of refinery. Where you have an admin building, offices, control room, flaring utility, water treatment, and science. So here this plant layout has been really from the inward to the outward material. So the plant layout is shown here. So this is one more example of the plant layout. So this is actually a um, gas turbine manufacturing plant. So here it talks about the site entry, the car parking, laboratories, workshops, okay, buildings, and everything is actually. This is one example of a plant. So process, there is something called a process layout where actually the arrangement of the various resources, the plant, the machinery, the men are all based on the process. It is not based on the product. So that is actually the process. For example, if you talk about a food beverages industry, the layout is completely arranged based on the process. So process is actually the center priority based on which the complete layout has been arranged. So for example, we have a process here where we have assembly, testing, milling, grinding, and plating where this process is arranged. So this is one more example of a process layout where actually the based on the processes the layout has been arranged. This is one more example of a process you can talk. This is actually the aircraft, and you can talk. You can very clearly understand that based on the process, the layout is being arranged. So this is one example you can take. And human resources and job design is one more area. Methods of job design. So task combination, flexi time, job rotation, job simplification, job enlargement, job enrichment, job sharing, and condensed work week. So these are actually the methods of job design. And inventory management is a very crucial area with respect to operations management. And raw material, as I told you, raw materials, work in process, finished goods are actually the various types of inventory. And this is an example of an Amazon warehouse. And maintenance is also one more important part of the operation strategies, where we these are the variables which are going to affect the maintenance, time, cost, and quality. And scheduling is actually the route or the plan where the product moves inside the particular factory. So we can also study this in detail. These are all, and procurement is also a very, very important part where you actually buy or you are actually making. So procurement is again a very important area. And quality management, testing or quality check is a very critical area again. And operation strategies. This is an example of the McDonald's operations management strategies. And thank you very much. If you have any doubts and clarifications, you can ask. Thank you.